Greetings everybody and welcome back to a new installment of the SFS multiplayer series. Today we have a lot of launching to do and a lot of fucking around to do, so without anything else to say, let's get into it. So, the first launch today, we are gonna be launching a NASA rocket. NASA stands for Not a Starship Recreation. I know, yes, very creative name, and it is very much not inspired by the Starship. So basically it is like Starship but not Starship. So it has like a hinged door so we can put payloads inside of it, and it can carry crew around so it can get to Mars, to the moon, and that's what we are doing. We are at the moment flying over to the moon, and we are gonna land some crew members to the lunar base. So very exciting stuff, I know. And actually it has been quite a while since I uploaded one of these, and the support on the first episode of this series is amazing, like 12,000 views. Thank you guys so much. Anyway, so as you see, we are separating from the first stage. It has gotten us to space, and now we are heading into a low Earth orbit with our second stage. It has about about 9 perhaps Frontier engines stacked in there. So yeah, I'm clipping, doing stuff, you know, the usual me. And there we go, circularization is done. Pretty good orbit, to be honest. Heading over to our transfer, that sounded French, window, and we are gonna burn our engines to the moon. And the second stage acts like a circularization and then a little boost over to the moon stage, so it will separate after some time, and NASA does all of the finishing work. And actually NASA's can actually return to the Earth, but I don't really think they have enough fuel to that, but I have installed grid fins on them. Yeah, Starship with grid fins. I know, what the hell, but it looks pretty cool, I think, and it helps it steer its way over to the landing pad or something, I don't know. Guys, I have to mention, the time warp here button is such a lifesaver. Holy fucking shit, it's such a good feature, I love it so much. Steph really thought about that one really well. It's such a good feature. You won't be risking any more like time warp spasm moments and just flying past a body you want to go to. It's just so useful once you get used to it, and just used to tapping it when you want to get somewhere. It's so goddamn useful. Yeah. Because Adiri launched a launch/landing pad last time, he landed the Madver on it. Madver, Adiri said I'm pronouncing it wrong, so Madver, there you go. So the Madver, I'm moving in at the moment, so we have a place for the NASA rocket to land. We are coming in hot onto the moon. Here we go, doing a little suicide burn. Getting close to the base. Activating the RCS thrusters because those are lifesavers when I'm trying to land this thing. Alright, about 90 meters from the surface. Here we go, descending and touchdown. There we go, we have brought some more crew over to the lunar base. Both of the rockets look super good to each other, next to each other. The Madvug and then the NASA. After the quick mission to the moon, I handed over the save to Adiri, and he decided to launch a interstellar probe to scour out anything that is beyond Jupiter, if there even is anything. I mean, it would be cool to find a new planet or perhaps a new gas giant, so we could explore those in the future chapters. That would be amazing. successful separation and fairing set. There we go. Clean orbit, poggers, and now he's returning to prograde, I think it's called, yeah. And he will burn his engines until we exit the solar system. We have a trajectory that exits the solar system. Very nice. So now he will separate, and he will continue burning until the third stage run out of fuel. Here we see the probe leaving the solar system, seeing the sun for the last time until it enters the dark abyss and passes Jupiter's orbit. Oh no, looks like we're losing connection. That was weird. Anyways, now back to me. So I am launching another NASA, and it's gonna launch a little module for the Lunar space station, and it's gonna be used for another NASA mission, which is gonna go to Mars. That's right. Now we have arrived to the McMurdo space station, and we're gonna get rid of this module as I want to replace it. And now you can see the hinge in action. Actually, I'm really proud of this. I think it turned out really cool. Oh yeah, and one terrible mistake I made was make the payload too high, so it just bangs into the top of the cargo area, so it cannot open, so I had to time warp glitch the whole thing out. So yeah, that was kind of annoying, but well, I won't be needing the NASA anymore, so yeah. And then I very painfully tried to get the hinge back into the NASA, and this was just so annoying. It took up so much time. Why did I even do this? Like, why do I do this to myself? Please help. After contemplating my life choices, I decided to just deorbit both of them, the hinge door and the NASA, so they just kind of disintegrate into the moon. So I want to land one of the NASAs on Mars, but I could land it normally, but nah. My friend, we are gonna be landing it on a landing pad, because that is how I like to suffer. Yay! We won't talk about how I separated the fairing in space. Now we are burning over to get to Mars. This is our trajectory, and there we go, about a 25-kilometer altitude above Mars's ground, and we have arrived. Alright, now to just circularize around Mars so we can pinpoint our landing location. There we go, and now we are burning to land near our base. Just let's hope the landing area is kind of close, so I don't have to do too much, you know, suffering. There we go, we have separated, and we are entering the atmosphere. I've kitted out the whole landing thing with one engine and tons of parachutes. so the atmosphere can do most of the work. There we go. There we go, deploying the parachutes. The heat shield kind of came off a bit early, but I think that's okay. We're coming in. There we go, parachutes deployed. Decreasing our speed. I realized I have to activate the engines because I'm gonna fucking explode. And there we go. The first attempt of many. Onto the second attempt. Long story short, I did the same fucking thing. Crashed the fairing. Let's go. Third time's the charm. There we go. We crashed our heat shields, but hey, our landing pad survived. Time for my favorite part, deploying landing pads. After that massive frustration period, I have gone ahead and I did it off camera. I couldn't do it with the tilted screen. There's a time lapse of me waddling it over. And after some time, I got it pretty close where I'm happy with it. And there we go. So now it is Adiri's turn. So I tasked him to build us a Martian space station. Yeah. And he's gonna build that, and it will be used for refueling and docking and just for crew to be established at Mars, and we can really colonize the planet. Fairing separation, and I don't know why, but sometimes when I just watch fairing separations, it's like super satisfying to me. I don't know why. It's just I really like how it looks, and the whole movement of it. It's just satisfying. Alright, so after launching that, he will launch another mission. It will dock with the stage and the space station he's launching. It will refuel so it can get to Mars. So yeah, that's basically it. He is approaching now. Coming close. And there we go. So now he will refuel the I think it's the second stage of the rocket, yeah. And some of the space station parts, so yeah. Now the refueler undocks and it will deorbit itself. Now Adiri will relight the 3 engines to head on over to Mars. Oh my god, cringe! Laugh at this user, imagine doing mid-course corrections. Anyways, so let's be civilized. So now we have entered the sphere of influence of Mars. So now he will burn retrograde so he can have a stable orbit in Mars. Adiri will do a second burn and then he will be finished. After making the orbit, he separated the station from the second stage. So now he will probably deorbit it. So it burns up in the atmosphere and it disintegrates. Now it is time for the whole station's assembly. Now the solar panels are fully deployed and the station is fully constructed and ready for operation. Now back over to me, and I will launch my promised NASA over to the Martian surface. Alright, now the second stage will ignite its engines. And now we separate NASA from the second stage, and we have a trajectory straight to the moon. We are headed for the moon because we want to dock with McMurdo and quickly refuel the NASA so we can head on over to Mars. Over to the Galileo station, that is the name Adiri picked for it. It's a very good name. Finally, we are approaching the station and we're about to dock. There we go. Now we will refuel the NASA for the duration of the mission. At the moment we are in Mars's low Earth. No, not low Earth, goddammit. It's low Mars orbit. There we go. So we are there and we are heading towards the Galileo space station. And now you can see the door, the hinge door once again in action. I love this thing so much. It's just so cool to me just watching it open in front of the space station and it just releasing payload. It's so cool. Now we have to move the solar panel a little bit up because I want the docking port for the space station to be in the middle there, because I won't use the one Adiri built because he's gonna dock his Madvus there. Yeah, there we go. Now the station is fully built up and ready for action, so we can go ahead and close the door. I'm gonna let this footage just be there. I really want you to see it. Lovely. Okay, so now the NASA can dock over to the station. Alright, we have finished docking and now some crew can transfer over to the station. Crew can come from the station to the NASA, whatever. After the quick refuel, we are ready to head on over to Mars' surface. Alright, so now we are deorbiting the NASA. Full throttle and here we go. Turning over, deploying the grid fins for the landing. And we have entered the atmosphere. Slowly descending, and shortly we will have a entry burn. There we go. Right, I'll activate the RCS for a quick correction, because the entry burn kinda put us a little off course. The upside down triangle, I think, is the landing pad. Descending into Mars. Alright, and now we have our suicide burn. I was quite nervous. If you know, it's a pretty difficult landing. There we go, we can see the base at the bottom right there. You can see his Adiri solar panels, the launch pad, the landing pad. Alright, coming in. I have to say though, this is probably one of my smoothest landings ever. Alright, the RCS coming in clutch. And there we go! We have landed it on the Martian surface. This chapter has been really fun to make, and I'm really thankful for Adiri for continuing it with me. Love you, Adiri, so much. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I really hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya!